They say love touches the heart, but what if it goes deeper? What if, without meaning to, you became a part of someone's inner world, the place they don't show anyone else? You wouldn't always see it in their words. You'd feel it in the way they pause before saying goodbye, in the way they look at you like they're remembering something that hasn't even happened yet. Because when someone's soul is touched, something changes quietly inside them. Their guard softens, their energy shifts, and suddenly the world doesn't feel the same without you in it. So how do you know when you've reached that depth, when love turns into something wordless, something felt? This video reveals 9 sweet psychological signs that you've touched someone's soul deeply, in ways they can't explain, but can never forget. Sign 1. They find peace in your presence. You can tell when someone's soul has found rest, not by what they say, but by what they no longer need to imagine someone who spends their days surrounded by noise, demands, and unspoken battles. Yet when they're near you, something shifts. Their breathing slows, their voice softens. The tension that usually hides behind their smile begins to dissolve. They don't need constant conversation or attention. Your presence alone becomes the quiet space where their heart can finally exhale. That's not just comfort, that's resonance. It's what happens when 2 nervous systems synchronize, when emotional safety replaces performance, because peace is the truest sign of connection. When a person's soul recognizes where it feels understood, it doesn't seek thrill or escape. It seeks stillness. And if you've ever seen someone find that stillness in you, don't underestimate it. It means in a world that exhausts them, you've become their calm. Sign 2. Their eyes tell you everything. Sometimes it's not the words that reveal the truth. It's the gaze that lingers just a moment too long. When you've touched someone's soul, their eyes can no longer hide it. There's a softness that wasn't there before, a quiet warmth that holds both admiration and peace. It's as if they're seeing something sacred, not just your face, but the part of you that meets them beyond logic or form. Even in silence, their eyes speak the language of recognition. You see me and I see you. It's not about intensity or desire. It's about familiarity, as though some hidden part of their soul finally remembers home. Psychologically, eye contact activates the limbic system, the emotional core of the brain, which is why their gaze feels electric yet calm. They're not just looking at you, they're feeling you. And that's when you know the truth. The heart might hesitate to confess, but the soul, it always speaks through the eyes. Sign 3. They remember the smallest details. It's never the grand gestures that give them away. It's the quiet recollections. You might have once mentioned your favorite book, the scent of rain, or a childhood memory that made you smile. You forgot you said it, but they didn't. Weeks later, it comes back to you through them. A passing comment, a thoughtful gesture, a small reminder that says, I was listening. That's the thing about soul-level connection. It doesn't record facts, it absorbs feelings, psychologically. Emotional memory imprints stronger than logical memory. The details they remember aren't random. They're the ones that carried emotion when you spoke your joy, your tone, your silence. It all stayed with them. They don't hold on to these moments out of effort. They remember because something inside them recognized something inside you. And that's when you know you haven't just crossed their mind. You've carved a quiet, permanent space in their soul. Sign 4. They mirror your emotions. You don't have to explain how you feel. They just know. When you're joyful, their face lights up without even realizing why. When you're quiet or withdrawn, they sense the shift instantly, as if something inside them loses balance too. This isn't sympathy, it's resonance. It's what happens when 2 emotional worlds begin to synchronize. Psychologically, this is called emotional attunement. It's the subconscious way our nervous systems mirror those we're deeply connected to. Their tone softens when yours does. Their heartbeat slows when you're calm. Their energy fades when you're hurting. It's not effort, it's instinct. And that's how you know it's more than affection. Because when someone's soul is touched by yours, your emotions don't just stay with you, they echo through them. Your laughter becomes their warmth. Your silence becomes their concern. And without a single word spoken, both hearts begin to move to the same rhythm. Sign 5. They support you without needing a reason. When love comes from the soul, it doesn't ask why. It simply moves. If you've touched someone that deeply, you'll notice how they stand by you even when there's nothing in it for them. They defend you in rooms you're not in. They show up when no one else does. They don't need a story, an excuse, or proof. They just know you deserve to be protected. Psychologically, this is rooted in empathic alignment, when one person's emotional world becomes intertwined with another's sense of well-being. Your pain feels personal to them. Your joy feels like victory. It's not about obligation, it's about connection. And that's what makes it so rare. Because love from the heart might want to give, but love from the soul can't help but give. It's instinctive, unconditional, and quietly powerful. They don't support you because they have to. They support you because they feel you. That's not logic, that's devotion written in the language of the soul. Sign 6. Time with you feels different. There's something strange about time when two souls connect. It stops behaving like it should. Minutes stretch, hours vanish, and reality feels softer around the edges. When you're together, they forget the world outside. The rush, the noise, the deadlines, all fade into the background. Because your presence creates a space where the mind quiets and only the heart remains awake. Psychologists call this temporal distortion, the brain's way of responding to emotional immersion. But the soul knows it as something else: alignment. When they're with you, time isn't measured in seconds or hours. It's measured in stillness. They don't check their phone. They don't look for an exit. They just stay. Because something about you makes them feel both grounded and infinite at once. That's not ordinary attraction. That's timeless connection. It's when every moment with you feels like both a beginning and a memory. And they know, deep down, that even if time moves on, something between you never will. Sign 7. They show you their vulnerable self. Most people spend their lives building walls, carefully crafted masks to hide their fears, their regrets, their softness. But when someone's soul is touched by yours, those walls begin to crumble. They no longer try to impress you, they try to be seen by you. They'll talk about the moments that broke them, the childhood dreams they never chased, the mistakes that still echo in their minds. Not to gain sympathy, but because something inside them finally feels safe enough to be real. Psychology calls this emotional transparency, the rare moment when the need for authenticity outweighs the fear of rejection. And when it happens, it's sacred, because true vulnerability isn't about weakness, it's about trust. It's saying, here I am, not perfect, not polished, but honest. When someone lets you see the unguarded parts of their soul, you've gone beyond connection. You've become their safe place, the one person where they no longer have to hide. Sign 8. They carry your energy even in your absence. You can always tell when you've touched someone's soul, because even when you're gone, something of you stays. They might hear a song and suddenly think of you, walk past a place and feel a strange pull of memory, or catch themselves smiling for no reason, realizing it's your energy echoing quietly in their mind. This isn't obsession, it's emotional imprinting. Psychology suggests that deep emotional bonds leave traces in the nervous system. Your presence literally becomes part of how they feel and process the world. You've shaped the way their emotions move, the way their calm feels, the way they remember warmth. So even in silence, even in distance, you're still there. Not as a thought, but as a feeling. That's how you know you've gone beyond love and into resonance. Because when a connection is soul deep, separation doesn't erase it. It lingers, soft, invisible, and undeniable, in every heartbeat that still remembers you. Sign 9. They feel your pain as their own. When a bond reaches the depth of the soul, empathy turns into resonance. They don't just understand your pain, they feel it. When you're silent, they sense something's wrong. When you hurt, their body tenses. They can't rest, can't focus, until they know you're okay. It's not sympathy, it's emotional synchronization. Two nervous systems quietly mirroring one another. Psychologists call it empathic attunement, when someone becomes so connected to you that your emotional waves ripple through their own heart. Your sorrow becomes a weight they can't ignore. Your tears echo inside them. And yet, this isn't a burden. It's love in its purest, rawest form. One that feels pain not out of obligation, but because your happiness has become part of their own emotional balance. That's the ninth sign. When someone's heart aches when yours does, it's because their soul no longer knows where you end and they begin.